Several years after the defeat of Majin Buu, Kid Buu's reincarnation trains with Goku. It is now 5 years later, age 789. Oob, now a teenager, finds himself in the midst of the latest test against his master, the ultimate sparring match within Kami's lookout. Pilaf, Shu, and Mai, old enemies of Goku from his childhood, still seek the Dragon Balls. They find just what they're looking for, a set of Dragon Balls laying on a pedestal surrounded by bones. Long ago, these Dragon Balls were created by the original version of Piccolo and Kami, before they split into two people. Therefore, these so-called Ultimate Dragon Balls, sometimes called the Black Star Dragon Balls, are even stronger than the ones we know. Goku and Oob exit the palace, needing some severe healing by Popo and Dende. The young man is grateful for the past few years, but that it's time for him to visit home. Finally, it looks like Pilaf will fulfill his destiny. Right then and there, Ultimate Shenron appears above the palace. Goku, realizing something is up, walks in on the crew right before they make their wish. Attempting to quickly dispose of Goku, the Pilaf machine fires torpedoes, only to be easily stopped.
Seeing the Pilaf gang again after so many years was so good, almost as good as it would be for you to subscribe.
Pilaf curses their grown-up Goku, saying that he wishes he was a kid again, as he was so much easier to deal with. Ultimate Shenron takes this as Pilaf's wish, his eyes shining as Goku shrinks in size and reverts in age, looking like a 14-year-old once again. King Kai contacts Goku telepathically, explaining that those Dragon Balls aren't like the usual ones, no. They scatter across the universe, but this doesn't really bother Goku. He is much more interested in going to the city and getting some food. At the same time, Pan, Gohan's daughter and the granddaughter of Goku, who is 9 years old, is on a date with a boy. However, their date is interrupted by a bank robbery, so she stops the robbers. This catches Goku and Roshi's attention, as the boy ditches her. Pan isn't exactly thrilled to see her grandfather, especially now that he looks like a boy only slightly older than her. Goku and Pan return to their family's home, where Chi-Chi burst into tears upon seeing Goku. But King Kai once again contacts Goku. Turns out that the Black Star Dragon Balls don't only scatter around the universe, but they also threaten to destroy the planet they were used in, unless they are reunited within a year. The family go to Capsule Corp, getting Bulma's help to prepare a spaceship for this long quest, alongside a new Dragon Radar. Pan wants to go too, but she's forbidden to do so, just annoying everyone around, including her mother, who yells at her for almost pressing the launch button. Two criminals scout the area, looking to kidnap Bra, Vegeta's daughter, in order to use her for ransom. They mistake Pan for her and try to grab her, but Pan simply flies away, causing them to grab Goku instead. They try to use him for ransom, calling Capsule Corp to tell them that they've kidnapped their son, but Vegeta picks up the phone. He just laughs them off. Goku, unaware of the situation and having already been fed by the criminals, brings them over a payphone to try again. But Goku doing this just scares off the criminals, so this Saiyan returns to Capsule Corp. Pan goes off to hang out with her other grandfather instead, Mr. Satan. She wants to be seen as an adult, and is annoyed that everyone treats her like a kid. Surprisingly enough, Mr. Satan actually understands and validates her feelings. Trunks, who is now Capsule Corp president, is tired of his office work, so he speeds off from his office, free as a bird, only to be found by Vegeta. Vegeta drags Trunks and Goten, who was in the middle of a phone call with his girlfriend, telling them that they'll be the ones to accompany Kakarot on this quest. Meanwhile, Goku and Trunks walk inside, but they find a huge surprise: Pan. Without hesitation, the young girl presses the launch button, the spaceship bursting upwards from Capsule Corp and leaving Goten behind. Thus, the grand tour for the 7 Black Star Dragon Balls begins. The early takeoff meant the ship came crashing down in need of repair at a desert planet named Imeka, surprisingly actually finding a good hotel. Unfortunately, the hotel is a giant scam ran by Don Qi, the greedy dictator of the city. The citizens are poor because of his actions. When the heroes return to the site of the ship, they find it being taken by Don Qi, leaving Goku and the others stranded. To make matters worse, they come across a small robot named Giru, who eats the Dragon Radar, absorbing it onto himself and forcing the GT heroes to take him along for the ride. Goku tries to teleport but realizes he can't in this new body, so instead they're forced to just sneak around. They manage to steal back the ship, but now they're wanted criminals. They take refuge with an elderly couple, who reveals that people who land or crash on Imeka have their ships stolen. They're forced to live their lives under Don Qi's rule, crew. They allow themselves to be captured so they can have an audience with Don Qi. They burst through his doors. A mercenary for hire stands between them, Legic. He faces off Goku in fierce combat, actually managing to take him on, until he goes Super Saiyan for the first time in GT, defeating Legic with a Kamehameha. The defeat of Legic means the defeat of Don Qi, who returns the money to the people of the world. With the ship repaired and ready for action, Goku, Trunks, and Pan go after their first Dragon Ball in planet Mon Masu. This planet is inhabited by giant creatures. Goku and Trunks find the Dragon Ball, but the Dragon Ball gets stuck in an apple, taken by a hawk, and given to a giant. Goku and Trunks try to figure out what to do, saving a bee from a spider in the process. They find Pan in trouble. She had been dressed up as a bee, and now this beehive thinks she's the queen. The real queen was actually the bee saved by Goku and Trunks, and once reunited, Pan is freed. They continue trying to find the Dragon Ball when Goku smells something cooking. The team find the giant eating the apple with the Dragon Ball stuck in it, getting a giant toothache from the Dragon Ball lodging into his tooth. Goku helps the giant out the only way he knows how, by knocking his teeth out, retrieving the 4-star Dragon Ball, and the team continues on their adventure. Galbo is the next planet. This time the Dragon Ball was found in a hairpiece worn by a village princess named Lina. The village has been terrorized by the monster Zunama, who causes earthquakes through his whiskers. In order to learn more, be a callback to the Oolong encounter and defeat the monster, Trunks is dressed up as a bride who will marry Zunama. With the help of the other villagers, Trunks uses a sleeping agent in Zunama's food, where Duma, Lina's fiance, cuts off one of his whiskers. But he wakes up. He threatens the warriors with a volcanic eruption, but once the earthquake stops and Zunama continues playing his trick, Pan realizes that he was lying. Zunama wasn't actually causing earthquakes, just predicting them. Zunama gives up after the ruse is up, and has to be saved by Goku when the volcano erupts for real. Goku stops the eruption with one Kamehameha, and the villagers accept Zunama into their village, giving the GT crew the 6-star Dragon Ball. But it's stolen. Bon Para Para had disguised himself as a villager, stealing the Dragon Ball for an unknown entity. Bon Para is one of the 3 Para Para brothers, mercenaries working for a man named Muchi Muchi, whom they give the Dragon Ball to. Muchi Muchi serves as a Lud cult leader. The cult turns people into dolls and feeds them into Lud, gathering energy for his god. However, there is one more Dragon Ball with Goku, and they must retrieve it. Goku and the others end up in an asteroid field with Maumas, giant space worms. The brothers sneak into their ship trying to find the Dragon Ball, but it's not there. It must be with Goku. They use their strange dance powers to keep the heroes in a dancing loop, where they are completely defenseless. It seems like the brothers have won, but the space worms attack again. This stops the dancing loop and lets Goku and the others escape and beat up the Para Para brothers. While Pan is looking for the Dragon Ball inside their ship, it is recalled back to the Lud cult. Now Goku and Trunks must go after it. And returning to the Lud cult, Muchi Muchi retaliates by transforming Pan and the brothers into dolls, where they are fed to Lud. With Pan's life on the line, Goku and Trunks battle Muchi Muchi and his lion, whom they easily defeat, revealing that the whip was actually the real Muchi, but ultimately defeated too. However, Doltaki appears and claims Pan for his doll collection. Doltaki has no option but to summon Lud in order to defeat the heroes. As we see, he is working for a man named Dr. Mew, creator of machine mutants, advanced robots like Muchi Muchi and Lud. Lud is released, but when he needs more power, Dr. Mew turns Doltaki's own doll machine against him, feeding both Doltaki and Pan to the monster. The souls of the people Lud absorbed reside inside him, and it's Doltaki himself who reveals Lud's weakness. There is a cell within Lud, which, if attacked from the inside and the outside at the same time, will destroy this so-called God of Destruction. This information is communicated to Goku and Trunks with the help of the Para Para brothers. Goku and Pan coordinate a Kamehameha using a children's rhyme in order to be in sync. Lud is destroyed, and the souls are freed. The heroes continue on their way to the Dragon Balls, taking back what was theirs, now knowing that the fate of the universe is at stake if someone like Dr. Mew is willing to look for the Dragon Balls. They make it to a planet named Rodizi, another desert planet where a 5-star Dragon Ball is at. They are attacked by a centipede, which damages the spaceship. Trunks thinks it would be wiser to stop by on Earth and drop Pan off, and then continue with Goten, which really bothers the young girl. In order to prove that she is indeed useful, Pan tries to find the Dragon Ball herself. Giru follows her, but the heat gets the better of her. She collapses, but thankfully Giru keeps her safe safe by keeping giant scorpions away, and even finds water and the Dragon Ball. With a 5-star Dragon Ball in hand, Goku and Trunks apologize for dismissing Pan and finally repair the spaceship. Doltaki travels towards Dr. Mew in order to report his progress, but is approached by a different machine mutant with a message from Dr. Mew: death. While traveling through space, Giro notices one particular planet and begins acting unusual, insisting that the planet is his home world and that he wants to stop by. They agree to visit in order to get food, but nothing is as it seems. This planet is inhabited entirely by machine mutants created by Dr. Mew, including General Rildo. Giro had betrayed and led them into a trap. I guess you could say Giro trapped and betrayed Goku on M2 for at least a few hours. Anyways, Rildo's elite Sigma Force appeared and captured Goku and Trunks, leaving Pan to fend for herself. She's able to hide away and infiltrate the base by disguising herself as one of the robots. In order to avoid her cover being blown, Pan pretends to be defective and is thrown into a trash compactor, where a discontinued robot explains that M2 was once full of life until Dr. Mew attacked them and deemed them to be inferior creations. Meanwhile, General Rildo analyzes the GT team's fighting style through Giro's memory, feeding the information back to the Sigma Force. Once Pan blasts her way out of the trash room, Rildo commands one of the Sigma Force members to deal with her. Nets attacks Pan and nearly defeats her thanks to an analysis from Giro, but Pan uses a move she's never used before, preventing the machine mutants from predicting her attack. Pan is victorious and helps Goku escape as the rest of the Sigma Force attacks. Just like with Pan, the Sigma Force can predict Goku's moves, but after some tricks, they fuse into the Super Mega Cannon Sigma, only to be defeated by Goku still. Trunks had rescued Pan after she got knocked out and took her to the ship, but when they think they're safe, General Rildo finally makes himself known. He has a strange power to turn anything into metal. He almost gets Pan, but Trunks jumps in the way, getting encased like Han Solo and taken to Dr. Mew in a different world. Rildo begins to attack Goku, actually pushing Goku into Super Saiyan in one of my favorite fights from GT. Against the ropes, Rildo once again calls on the Sigma Force by combining into Hyper Metal Rildo. When that still proves to be too much, Rildo transforms once again, this time into a liquid metal version of himself, which fuses with the planet. Meta Rildo. Pan ventures around the tower, looking for their Dragon Balls and Trunks. She comes across Giru, realizing the betrayal, with one of the defective robots helping her along the way. Giru removes her from the tower, and along with her, the Dragon Balls, with Pan getting them back.
This is pretty funny from down here, Rildo. You look just like the monster on the screen. Is he your twin brother?
Pan attempts to help her grandfather, but the planet continues to fight against them, and they are encased in it just like Trunks was. Giro accompanies them to the world Dr. Mew had made his lab, where the heroes are to be disposed of. It is here when Giro reveals that he has been a triple agent all along. Giro frees Pan and Goku, while the machine mutants try to keep Trunks away, causing Trunks to break into pieces, only for the real Trunks to appear before it, alive and well. Trunks and Giro had devised a plan to figure out Mew's location and plan. Now they know everything. Trunks leads them into a separate room with an incubator inside. It contains the ultimate machine mutant, Baby. Mew's plan to take over the universe and turn everyone else into a machine mutant was nearly ready. Once Trunks realized this, he turned off the computer, keeping Baby alive, thus halting Mew's plan. The Doctor freaks out, slamming against the machine, when suddenly, smash. Without warning, Baby opens his eyes, glowing and changing into a flash of light, exploding in power. He has only a few things to say, but does say one word in particular. This is the birth of one of my favorite Dragon Ball villains. Mew admires his creation, only to watch on as his greatest accomplishment is blasted to bits by Goku, Trunks, and Pan. The whole lab shakes while they celebrate the reunion with Giro. Dr. Mew had survived the attack and escaped to his own ship, but not before a small parasite entered his body through a cut. Once inside the spaceship, Dr. Mew continues his plan to create a new baby, when he begins to twitch, convulse, and speak in two different voices. From his back burst his own creation, and the one-star Dragon Ball. The small creature had been pulling the strings all along. He now sets his final plan for revenge in motion against the Saiyans. Goku, Trunks, and Pan get back to M2 in order to get the ship, the Dragon Balls, and escape. As they leave, Rildo's arm shoots out to grab the spaceship, but they escape thanks to a triple Kamehameha. From Rildo's body emerges Baby. He has been following the GT team. Giru detects the one-star ball in a desolate spaceship getting pulled into a star. They investigate and find a Dragon Ball, but also find a young boy in critical condition, rescuing him and escaping before the spaceship is consumed by the sun. They take the boy to a hospital in planet Pittel. Get it? Hospital. This was a plan from Baby all along, as he jumps from the boy's body into the doctor and continues causing mayhem until Goku calls out his cover. Having realized Baby was the one to kill everyone on that ship, Baby takes this chance to jump into one of Trunks' wounds and attempts to take him over. Trunks manages to barely fight off Baby by transforming into a Super Saiyan, though the parasite escapes just in time by jumping inside of a woman at an airport. The team finds the 7 Dragon Ball under a tiger in planet Tigger. Great names, guys. This is when we make our way to Earth. Vegeta has finally shaved because of Bola's insistence.
I shaved my mustache, you idiot!
And Goten is out on a date with a rich girl named Palace. That's when random explosions begin to go off. Mr. Satan appears to take care of things, but is nearly killed. When he sees Goten, he pleads with him to stop them. Goten just wants to carry on with his date, but one of the criminals asks Palace about the Saiyans. Though they are regular humans, Goten soon realizes that they are much stronger than they should be. He tries to show off to Palace by stopping the robbery, but from the criminal's body emerges Baby, starting a short battle against the Super Saiyan Goten. But Baby's abilities have matured since the last time he encountered a Saiyan, using a cut on Goten's arm as entry, showing that he can now survive inside the body of a Super Saiyan. Goten is completely under control and now knows where the rest of the Saiyans reside. Baby Goten rudely asks where Vegeta is, but Chi-Chi is having none of this attitude, and she slaps him across the face. When Gohan arrives, Goten continues to act strangely, even punching him in the stomach. He finally agrees to a battle, realizing that this is not his brother, but a being controlling him. Goten faces off against Gohan, who is holding back, but because of this, Baby is able to take over Gohan and uses his body against Piccolo, who was trying to rescue the boys and stop Baby. The Namekian is defeated with a single Kamehameha. With 2 Saiyan bodies under his control, Baby centers his target on the Prince of the Saiyans. Goku, Trunks, and Pan find the 3-star Dragon Ball inside of a dinosaur. Goku dives in and pops out of the dinosaur with it. Vegeta had gone shopping with Bola, who gets hit on while on the car, even though she's supposed to be 9 years old, but, you know, whatever. Anyways, Gohan intercepts the car, blasting it. Vegeta instantly realizes something is wrong, and he sends Bola back home in order to fight. Baby reveals why he's there, as he was actually the one to create Mew, and only lead him to believe that it was the other way around. In fact, Baby has been in development for years upon years, as the plan of a race extinct for decades, the Tsufurigins, or the Tuffles. The Tuffles once shared planet Plant alongside the Saiyans, but their technological advancements were nothing in the face of the outstanding power of the Saiyans. The Tuffles were killed off, but the cells of the Tuffle King were formed into this creature known as Baby, and how Vegeta will be the main body. Gohan begins beating on Vegeta, dragging him across the street. Goten shows up to aid his possessed brother. The two move extremely fast around Vegeta, cutting him several times, until the Saiyan Prince explodes his aura into Super Saiyan, but the parasite enters Vegeta's body, taking over the Prince as the main host. Baby begins his plan to spread the parasite through small eggs until nearly every single human being is possessed. Finally, in space, the GT team finds the 2-star Dragon Ball in a snow-covered planet named Polaris. With all the Dragon Balls gathered, the team take them back home to Earth and give them to Dende and Popo. Goku also ends up deciding to remain a child, since he doesn't want the Dragon Balls going off into space again and continuing the countdown clock to destroy Earth. Surely, Earth is safe now and GT is over. Nope. As it turns out, since the last time we saw baby Vegeta, he has begun spreading through every single person on Earth, including Dende and Popo, who now plan to use the Dragon Balls to fulfill Baby's desires. Once they return home, it's obvious something is wrong. Their family and friends are acting all strange and mean-spirited. Trunks returns to Capsule Corp with Giru, who keeps saying that there's danger around, while Trunks is surprised that no one came to welcome him. Once he's home, his father shows up and knocks him to the ground, revealing that he has been taken over by Baby, as his hair changes to a white color, activating a parasite within Trunks, which he had left behind last time he tried to take him over. Now Trunks is under his control too. It doesn't take long before Goten and Gohan attack Goku and Pan, with a young girl being knocked out. Goku can't believe they're behaving like this and deals with them until Satan and Buu appear. Mr. Satan and Buu take care of Pan, revealing that Majin Buu was immune to Baby's mind control, and that Mr. Satan avoided it by being absorbed by Buu. Satan explains just what happened. Everyone on Earth had been taken over by some sort of parasite. Goku has more questions, but they're all answered as Baby Vegeta appears behind Goku. Baby fires a blast at Satan and Pan, but Buu saves them and escapes. It's clear Goku doesn't stand a chance against this new Vegeta, with the scale tipping even further in the Tuffle's direction as the evil Trunks and Bola appear as well. They close in on Goku, but Baby Vegeta tells them to back off as Goku is his prey. Son knows that he will need to use all of his power to face against Baby, transforming into Super Saiyan 3, but Goku's child body can't use the same power his adult body could, and Baby easily takes down Goku once he de-transforms. The Tuffle continues torturing Goku, but to his surprise, the Saiyan continues to smile, saying that he hasn't faced someone so strong in such a long time. Infuriated, Baby orders the other Saiyans to share his energy with him. Goku takes note of this, as Baby's power increases more and more, growing a jacket as he transforms into Super Baby, gathering even more power from the humans around Earth to create a revenge death ball and achieve a further evolution. Super Baby 2. Goku can't even move as the revenge death ball strikes him and the planet. Baby believes Goku to be dead and declares himself the ruler of the universe. Pan and Satan were safe inside of Buu, but the girl can't sense his grandfather's ki anymore. Fearing for the worst, she has no option but to remain in Buu, who pretends to be a slave to Baby as well. Baby sets the next step of his plan in motion, sacrificing Earth by using the Black Star Dragon Balls in order to wish for a new planet plant to rule over, and began his new Tuffle Empire, taking Bulma as his wife. Capsule Corp builds a giant spaceship, transporting all his humans to this new world, as now the countdown clock for Earth's explosion begins. However, Goku wakes up. Kibito Shin had saved him with the use of Kai Kai, but the impact of the revenge death ball caused Goku to fall into a different dimension, Sogoroku's domain. Now Goku must play a giant board game in the hopes to escape. However, as he continues to lose the game, he realizes that it's all rigged. The Dai is a living being. It turns out that Sogoroku and the Dai are a father and son duo of Space Tanuki. Upon his revelation, the dimension begins to fall apart, this rift giving Kibito Shin a chance to teleport in and save Goku and the Tanuki as well. Shin and the old Kaioshin explain everything that's been happening on Baby's planet, urging Goku to train while he can. Meanwhile, while infiltrating this new planet, Pan exits Buu and starts giving laxatives to a handful of people so they'll poop out Baby's parasite. But she's caught by Videl and Gohan, but someone kicks Gohan in the nick of time. Oob, Goku's pupil. Oob does what he can against Baby Vegeta and actually fares better than Goku did, but it's not enough. While watching this from the Kaioshin realm, Goku decides to help, but the old Kai stops him. It's clear they don't have enough time to properly train, so instead he suggests a drastic measure, pulling out the Saiyan's tail. Back on Baby's planet, Oob is knocked to the ground, and Pan does what she can to defend him, while Majin Buu and Satan watch with a heavy heart. Is there really nothing they can do? Buu's resolve is revealed as he pulls Pan and Satan away from the battlefield, saying one final goodbye to Mr. Satan, and that they'll always be best friends. Buu leaves and intercepts an attack from Baby aimed at Oob, but even as he tries to absorb the energy, it's too much, and the death ball explodes inside of Buu. Once again, Baby doesn't check for a body and simply leaves, unaware that Oob was still alive thanks to Buu. A vision of Buu appears, revealing to Oob that once, long ago, they were the same being, and now they must return to being one. Majin Buu grants Oob all of his power, fusing into Oob's most powerful state, Majoob. This Super Oob is so much more powerful, giving Baby trouble. Even so, Baby manages to avoid many of his attacks, with a candy beam turning people into chocolate. In one last attempt to stop Baby, Oob gathers his energy into a whirlwind of power, but Baby deflects it back at Oob, turning the boy into chocolate as well. On the Kaioshin realm, Goku flies out at full force, while the old Kai pulls his tail. finally returning it for the first time in so long. Perhaps this will give him the power necessary to defeat Baby. Kibito Shin takes Goku to Planet Tuffle, just in time to watch as his pupil is devoured by baby Vegeta. Baby is surprised to see Goku alive but welcomes this new challenge. Goku begins the fight in Super Saiyan 3, and though it seems like he's doing better than before, once Baby throws him to the ground, he loses the transformation again. The tail wasn't enough. Baby has doomed Earth, but as Goku thinks this, he looks up, realizing that he can see Earth from here. He asks for forgiveness, reminiscing upon past adventures with friends, but something strange occurs. As Goku's heart begins to pound and his eyes go red, Goku's tail begins reacting as if Earth were the moon, emitting blood waves, transforming Goku into not just a regular great ape, but a golden Ozaru. Goku starts to rampage through the planet, not allowing Baby to attack and also hurting everything in his path. Pan has no idea what to do as she watches her grandfather attack Baby and the civilians. Baby Vegeta can't deal with the unpredictability of the golden Ozaru and realizes that if Goku can achieve this form, then surely Vegeta could too. Goku makes his way to a cliff where he stares at the moon as if trying to reach out to it. Pan takes a chance to approach her grandfather, but she's again swatted away. From her backpack, her old training gi falls, the one her grandfather Goku gave her for the first tournament she participated in. Pan flies up to show the golden Ozaru, trying to get him to control himself, but it's still not enough. Pan is pushed away one last time, but from the gi, a mole picture flies onto Goku's finger. In it, Goku can see his family and his friends at the beach, in times of peace. Looking at it, he continues to reminisce, remembering just what he was fighting for. The last straw is a tear from Pan, as Goku takes a final look to planet Earth, shrinking down. This is a completely new state, Super Saiyan 4. The old Kaioshin's deductions were right after all. This form, covered in crimson fur, reverted Goku back to his prime, an adult body, stronger than ever before. He declares that this time he will defeat Baby. Goku crashes through Baby's control tower, where he was pushing Bulma into turning him into an Ozaru. Goku looks at Bulma in the eyes, and she responds with nothing but scorn and hatred. Goku can't forgive him for this. Baby and Goku continue to fight outside, as Goku takes attacks from Baby head-on, just to test his power, realizing that they barely hurt, even tanking a full-on revenge death ball without a scratch. Baby can't escape Goku now, as the Saiyan charges a Kamehameha to finish him off. Just then, Bulma tells Baby that she's figured out a way to transform him into an Ozaru even without a tail, by reflecting a huge amount of blood waves from the earth and into Baby. Baby Vegeta doesn't have a choice, risking losing control as he's hit with the blood waves, and the Kamehameha at the same time, transforming into a golden great ape that attacks the planet relentlessly. Goku protects Pan from these attacks, attempting to move Baby to the sacred realm, but Baby slowly regains consciousness and keeps Goku at bay. Now Baby is in full control of the Ozaru form, similar to Vegeta during the Saiyan arc. Goku does what he can to battle Baby, using his massive size against him, yet the cowardly Baby begins attacking civilians, even Chi-Chi, whom Goku rescues. Baby even fires a Gallic gun towards Earth, threatening those who haven't been moved yet. In response, Goku fires back a Kamehameha times 10. As the battle continues, Kibito Shin and the old Kai develop a plan to use the Ultra Divine Water at Kami's lookout to exorcise Baby out of the humans. Kibito Shin tries to Metal Gear Solid his way through the rooms, but is located by Dende and Popo. There are so many jars full of water, Shin just has to guess as he splashes them both until finally picking the right one. Baby's parasite is killed within Dende and Popo. Quickly, Shin takes the water to Planet Tuffle and saves Trunks and the other Saiyans. Meanwhile, Bulma blasts Baby with even more blood waves, giving him more and more power while Goku struggles to muster up his energy. Baby is winning the fight, pummeling Goku down to the ground over and over until Pan has seen enough and stops the attack, begging Baby to stop this and bring her parents back, firing blasts at Baby, but Baby is unfazed, even when Goku threatens him with a Kamehameha. Pan's fate is sealed until Trunks appears to defend her. Goten and Gohan appear too, freed from Baby's control. They want to help, and the younger Saiyans even offer up fusing into Gotenks, but Goku knows their power won't be enough. They have to save that for Dragon Ball heroes. Instead, he tells them to give him their energy just as they had with Baby before. They get away from Baby with a solar flare, getting a split second to gather energy. But Baby is relentless, charging a Gallic gun that will surely finish off the Saiyan lineage. That's when something stops him. Baby twists in pain as his stomach hurts him. From within, Oob had undone his chocolate beam and was expanding his energy, until Baby manages to expel out Oob and fires the Gallic gun. It all seems lost as Satan sees the Saiyans scattered around the battlefield, fearing for his granddaughter's death, until Super Saiyan 4 Goku descends with her safe and sound. He gives her to Mr. Satan. Goku turns to Baby, glowing with red energy. His super full-powered Saiyan 4 state reached. And no, I'm not making that name up. That is the official name he has during this state. The two expand their auras, titans clashing as a chase ensues. But nothing Baby throws at Goku is enough, even a full-on Gallic gun. The planet seems to be crumbling as lava spews out. Baby charges one more revenge death ball, which consumes Goku, threatening to defeat him. But Goku's resolve remains unwavered. He won't let his friend's sacrifice go to waste. With one final roar, Goku manages to absorb the revenge death ball into himself. With this final surprise, Goku fires the Kamehameha, finally defeating Baby, destroying his tail and forcing him out of Vegeta for good. Vegeta smiles at Goku, but Baby's escaping. Now, in a full-on grown state, the parasite scurries around. Bulma had readied the ship in order to escape along with her overlord, but Baby was nothing but afraid. Terrified at the power of the Super Saiyan 4, he must escape to fight another day and pushes Bulma out of the way. The Tuffle blasts into space, escaping sure death. Goku focuses on the spaceship flying off until it's in line with the sun. Goku fires a Kamehameha, blasting Baby's spaceship into the sun, consuming the Tuffle monster and killing him once and for all. Peace could finally return. Baby's parasite eggs remained within the humans on Earth and new planet Tuffle. The heroes take the divine water and spread it through the two worlds, freeing everyone from Baby's control. However, they weren't out of the woods just yet. It had been nearly a year since the Black Star Dragon Balls were first used, and the clock didn't reset since Baby had used the Dragon Balls too. Planet Earth was collapsing in on itself, and it would be up to the heroes to rescue everyone still on Earth and take them to new planet Tuffle before the planet explodes. They use a giant spaceship created by Baby alongside Mr. Satan's influence and Goku's teleportation to save everyone. Some don't believe it, so Vegeta knocks them out and takes them away anyways, while Goku and Shin teleport every animal and human they can find. We even get cameos from older friends and foes like Upa, Bora, and the Pilaf gang. As they think everyone's on the spaceship, Goku finally rests until a woman realizes her son is missing. Though Goku is exhausted, he teleports to Earth to save the boy and the dog, finding that Piccolo had just saved them from falling to their deaths. Goku tries to teleport them to the ship, but he has used all of the power of Super Saiyan 4. He can't leave now. Piccolo grabs Goku's arm and gives him all the remaining energy. Goku thanks Piccolo and teleports them all to the ship, smiling and turning to thank his Namekian friend, only to realize that he hadn't been teleported. Piccolo remained on Earth with no time to rescue him now. In his last moments, Piccolo communicates with Gohan telepathically, telling him that he has grown so much. The last fight they had really impressed them with that final Kamehameha. They will always be friends, and he will always be proud. But it was because of the Namekian he once was that they are in this situation. The Namekian who eventually became Kami and Piccolo made the Black Star Dragon Balls, and now must be destroyed by Piccolo sacrificing himself along with the planet. Gohan begs Piccolo to reconsider, but the Namekian is already bleeding out. He thanks Gohan for everything. As both Gohan and Goku watch planet Earth explode, Piccolo has died. They grieve, but they must rebuild. The heroes go to planet Namek in order to wish for planet Earth to be returned to the way it was before, bringing peace back home along with the rest of the humans. The heroes get a last chance to celebrate with their old friends like Krillin, Roshi, Oolong, and Yamcha. A short period of peace has arrived. But that peace would not last, as in hell, Dr. Mew and Dr. Dro plotted their revenge against Goku. It has been a year since the defeat of Baby, and the World Tournament is back. This time, Goku has been forced to enter the Junior Division, despite the fact that it was removed at the end of Z. Goku continues to win, as his opponents hurt themselves by accident. Funny enough, Pan has been allowed to participate in the Adult Division, as Mr. Satan is retiring from martial arts soon, and wants Pan to take the mantle. After all, Majin Buu is the reason he was able to win over and over again. Without his best buddy, he just can't keep going. Pan doesn't like the idea of looking like Mr. Satan, so she resigns from the tournament instead. During the final matches in the junior division, Goku's final fight is interrupted by Vegeta, who thinks it's ridiculous that he's fighting kids instead of challenging him. While Goku's distracted talking to Vegeta, the kid he's fighting takes the chance to run at him and push him off of the arena. Goku barely manages to catch himself, but the child tickles him out of bounds. The finals of the adult division are Mr. Satan versus a mysterious fighter only known as Papaya Man, who reveals that he's actually Oob. Oob knows that the victory is his, but Majin Buu within him prevents Oob from beating Mr. Satan, saying that Mr. Satan is a hero to everyone. He can't be seen losing. Since Oob is petrified hearing Buu's voice within, the champ takes his chance to knock Oob out of the arena as the whole crowd erupts into cheers, deciding not to retire after all. Once the tournament is over, Goku and the rest walk home until Vegeta once again challenges Kakarot to a fight, but he's way too hungry. The Z Fighters share a laugh, as this will be the last sign of peace for a long time. So, they better enjoy it. Especially since, in Hell, two evil scientists have united forces to take down Son Goku, Dr. Mew, creator of Baby, and Dr. Gero, creator of the Red Ribbon Army androids, such as Cell and Android 17. Using their resources, Gero and Mew have created a completely artificial clone of Android 17, designed specifically to link with the original 17, controlling his mind and opening a rift between the living and the dead realm. While the Saiyan families enjoy a meal at their home, Pan goes to the door expecting to see Trunks. She happily opens and does find Trunks, only he's half dead and falls through the door severely injured. The only words that come out of his mouth are,
It was Android 17.
The family exits the house to look up to the sky, seeing a giant portal connecting Hell and Earth. Villains from their past begin escaping Hell and are causing a rampage through the world. King Kai contacts Goku, warning him about the present situation. Oob, Krillin, 18, they're all watching as villains escape Hell. Elsewhere, the original 17's aura is linked to Hellfighter 17's, increasing the portal size more and more as they power up. Trunks slowly regains consciousness, and he tells them what happened. His limo was attacked by 17. Trunks barely managed to save himself and the driver when 17 gave a message to Trunks for Goku. The Saiyan must make his way to Hell if he doesn't want the escaped villains to destroy the world. Goku accepts this challenge, excited to see what will be beyond the portal to Hell. He flies through the rift, while the rest of the Z Fighters try and stop the villains. Goku finally makes his way in, finding Gero, Mew, and Hellfighter 17. Goku is ready to fight them, but as he rushes their way, the trio instead jump through the portal and out to Earth, closing the portal behind them and trapping Goku in Hell. Goku needs to find a way out, but from two cliffs, the terrifying Frieza and Cell make their appearance known. They are to be Goku's guards while in Hell. The fight to defend the world continues. Cybermen have overrun the cities, and enemies continue to appear out of nowhere. Mr. Satan is terrified and ready to flee the city, only to find that everyone else had the same idea. Goten, who was on a date with Palace, faces off and defeats Pui Pui, with Trunks arriving to help against Yakon, blasting at Android 19 together. Oob, Goten, and Trunks continue taking care of enemies, while Gohan focuses on defending Pan, fighting against General Rildo, defeating him with the help of the other fighters, though his arm is frozen in the process. Pan arrives with Giru, who helps Gohan free himself from the metal. Nappa appears to destroy a city, but Vegeta is there to put an end to it, killing his old comrade once more. Just then, Mew and Gero appear alongside 17. But back in Hell, Frieza and Cell hadn't expected Goku to have grown so much, leaving them completely awestruck by his power. Cell and Frieza throw everything they've got at him. Nothing seems to faze him, as he easily deflects Cell's blast and rides on Frieza's Kienzan like it's nothing. Even when cut in half, however, they return, since Frieza and Cell are already dead. Cell has one more trick up his sleeve, distracting Goku with a solar flare and absorbing him. Cell feels the incredible power rush through his veins, but just as fast as he felt that rush, he felt himself lose it, as Goku climbs his way out of Cell's tail. Clearly outmatched by Goku, Cell and Frieza instead combine their forces to paralyze him and throw him further down the circles of Hell. Goku finds himself in a torture chamber, where an old lady tricks Goku into bathing in a cauldron. Tortured by tickle tickling, and frozen for an eternity. Frieza and Cell descend to find Goku frozen in ice, gleefully watching as their greatest enemy is finally defeated. On Earth, the original 17 rampages through a city until finding Krillin, Marin, and 18. Krillin begs 17 to stop, that the 17 he knows would never listen to Gero. It seems to work at first, but the mind control from Hellfighter 17 is too strong, and it snaps him back to evil. In a merciless act, 17 blasts Krillin through the chest, killing his brother-in-law in that instant. Android 18 can't believe her husband is dead, holding his lifeless body as Marin stands terrified. Knowing she has to protect her daughter, Android 18 attacks her brother, but she is ultimately defeated too. 17 leaves her to die, but 18 musters her last bit of energy to hold Krillin's hand. Everything seems hopeless for our heroes. Back in Hell, Goku explodes his aura and escapes from the ice. The old woman's eyes was made for the dead, so Goku's living body could easily deal with it. Goku turns the tables and freezes Frieza and Cell, accidentally collapsing the block of ice and eliminating them for good. Even so, Goku remains trapped, but the kid hears a familiar voice, Piccolo. The Namekian resided in heaven and became aware of the situation in Hell. He asked King Yemma to help him get to Hell in order to aid Goku, but Yemma isn't just going to change someone's judgment like that. Without a choice, Piccolo pretended to be evil, claiming to be the Demon King Piccolo, and blasted at the souls in heaven. Thus, King Yemma sent him to Hell, and he is there to help. On Earth, the Z-Fighters have gathered with Vegeta in order to battle both androids 17. Vegeta was handling it well first, but it was clear that Hellfighter 17 had more power than he showed. The two 17s rose up to the sky, aligning and merging into a single being, the ultimate android, Super Android 17. The android flips his long hair back and admires his new power. The battle continues. Gohan, Oob, Goten, Trunks, and Vegeta seem to stand no chance against Super 17, as he even absorbs energy blast fired his way. A comment from Dr. Mew saying that Goku is the strongest causes Vegeta to erupt, as the Saiyans turn into Super Saiyan and continue to attack. Super 17 isn't impressed and blasts down at the fighters, easily taking them down. Yet, Vegeta refuses to give up. Meanwhile, Goku and Piccolo have been trying to create a rift so Goku could escape. The plan is simple. Both Dende and Piccolo are going to power up like the two 17s had previously. They have both been Kami, so perhaps their connection is similar? They're having trouble syncing their power, which reminds Goku of the children's rhyme he and Pan used to escape Lud. Goku teaches it to Piccolo, who reluctantly uses it. Surprisingly, it works. The portal opens, and Goku escapes Hell. Goku thanks Piccolo for his sacrifice, as now the Namekian must remain in Hell. Goku flies out of the Hell gates and towards 17's location. As Mew and Gero watch the battle, Pan sneaks up behind Gero and puts him in a chokehold, telling him to stop 17 or she'll kill him. Gero tries to do just that, but Mew reveals that Super 17 has been reprogrammed to only listen to him. In that moment, 17 blasts Gero, killing him again. Pan barely manages to evade the attack, but is still severely wounded. Super 17 gets ready to kill Vegeta with one final blast, but he is saved in the nick of time by Goku. Goku turns to face 17. Mew is surprised he managed to escape, but confident about his creation's ability. Goku begins the fight as Super Saiyan, rushing in and matching fists with 17. The incredible battle for Earth takes the fighters through the whole world, as Goku punches 17 across the planet, only for 17 to respond with a rapid-fire barrage traveling across continents. 17 smashes Goku down to Earth from the atmosphere, but Goku recovers and responds with his own energy blasts, not realizing that every bit of ki thrown his way just makes 17 stronger. Not only that, 17 can predict Goku's moves. Goku has no option but to rise from the water as a Super Saiyan 4, but 17 has absorbed so much energy he's able to even rival this final state. As they fight through the forest, Goku continues to use blasts more and more until he finally realizes what's going on. Similar to 19 and 20 from the Android arc, Super 17 can absorb power, but not through the use of his hands, but through mere contact with ki. At Gohan's home, Videl and Chi-Chi decide they have to act as well. Videl dons her great Saiyaman 2 outfit, and Chi-Chi equips herself with a frying pan. Videl flies Chi-Chi towards the battle site as Bulma and Bola follow in a car. Even when he realizes that 17 is getting stronger through ki, Goku still insists on firing a 10 times Kamehameha at him. But this just confirms what Goku suspected. 17 is now stronger, and he attacks Goku mercilessly, culminating in a shocking death ball that threatens to kill the Saiyan. Thinking fast, Goku teleports behind 17 and holds him back as he gathers energy to explode. An explosion so potent that Videl and the others watch it happen. Goku falls to the ground, back into base, but it wasn't enough. Super Android 17 had protected himself with an android barrier at the last second. 17 gets ready to kill Goku with one last shocking death ball when his sister, Android 18, appears before Goku. She had survived his first attack and was here to avenge her beloved Krillin. She has a plan, as she tells Goku what happened to Krillin and tells 17 that the bomb within them both is strong enough to destroy Super 17 and that she's going to detonate it if he fires. Goku is confused watching this all go down. 17 and 18 had their bombs removed through a wish by Krillin years ago. What was this about? In reality, only 18 was there to know about the bombs being removed. 17 wasn't aware. Super 17 hesitates to blast them, but Mew begins to yell at him to just do it. But Mew's orders angered him. 17 instead fires the shocking death ball at Dr. Mew, killing the Doctor. Even so, 17 charges a new death ball and continues to threaten 18. In response, his sister fires a barrage of Ki Blast, which 17 simply absorbs. That's when Goku realizes 18's plan. While 17 absorbs Ki Blast, he maintains the same pose and is unable to move while he does it. Goku takes this chance, charging everything he's got into this final punch. The imagery of a dragon shines from his fist as Goku travels within the barrage of blast and through Super 17 with a dragon fist. 17 was completely defenseless, and Goku spins on his heel to completely obliterate 17 with a final Kamehameha, finally ending the android's reign of terror once and for all. 18 grieves for her husband and brother, but Goku tells her that they'll bring everyone back with the Dragon Balls. Not only that, Goku suspects that Android 17 was aware that neither of them had a bomb anymore. He didn't attack her because deep down, he still felt love for his sister. That bond was stronger than Mew's reprogramming. Videl, Chi-Chi, Bulma, and Bola arrive, ready to help, but with the villain already defeated, they instead decide to begin the final hunt for the Dragon Balls. One last time to bring Earth back to the way it was. Earth is in chaos. The attacks from Hell have destabilized the planet, causing natural disasters all around. The Earth's defenders gathered the Dragon Balls as they have many times before, but there was something strange this time around. The Dragon Balls all had cracks through them. It must mean nothing, right? They come together and summon Shenron at Capsule Corp, but from the Dragon Balls, Shenron does not appear. Instead, it's a dark version of him, smoking a cigar, with the sky turning a dark red color. He refuses to grant any wishes from the world, which used and abused this gift from God. King Kai chimes in to warn Goku, this isn't Shenron. Instead, this is a being created by the negative energy accumulated through every wish granted by Shenron. Old Kaioshin also explains that the Dragon Balls were designed long ago to give humanity hope and to make them strive to become better, but the creation of the Dragon Radar made them too easy to find. They used to be an artifact that was used once every century, if that, and they had time to restore themselves. Now they were just an easy fix for Goku and his friends. Now this black smoke Shenron consumes the Dragon Balls, dividing them up into 7 separate dragons through the world. The Shadow Dragons aren't just dangerous to Earth, but all of the universe. As the negative energy continues to expand beyond Earth, the Shadow Dragons appear in different locations, terrorizing civilians. Goku decides to go on a quest to defeat the Shadow Dragons and collect the Dragon Balls. Pan and Gyro have been following him, knowing he'd need Gyro's Dragon Radar to find them all. The team first find the 2-star dragon in a forest where people run in fear. This green shadow dragon with spikes all over is known as Haze Shenron in English, born from the wish to revive Bora in the original Dragon Ball. After watching him clumsily attack and hurt himself, Goku realizes that he's just a weakling, so Pan is allowed to take care of him. Pan deals with him easily, but Goku realizes that despite being beaten up, the dragon remains confident of his abilities. Goku tries to help once Pan is not knocked to the side, but even Super Saiyan is failing him. As it turns out, Haze Shenron has an ability where his body expels out negative energy, weakening all life around him and spreading through the planet. Haze throws the two of them into a river which has been polluted by the negative energy. Thankfully, Giro isn't affected by it and saves the duo by dragging them somewhere safe. Goku is able to gain his power back now that they aren't anywhere polluted and returns to defeat Haze with a double Kamehameha. The Shadow Dragon is defeated and the Dragon Ball purified, along with the region which was affected by all that negative energy. The team go off to find the second Dragon Ball in a deserted city. The only ones around are an old couple who are leaving the city since a strange blob has been stealing electricity throughout it, forcing everyone out of their homes. As they leave, the Shadow Dragon finally appears, Rage Shenron, the 5-star dragon. He was created through a wish used to revive Goku during the battles against the Saiyans. He's tiny and completely unimposing. Even so, the blob that has been stealing energy is actually his ability, and they attach themselves to Goku and Pan, shocking them. The blob also combines with him to grow in size, as it seems like he's invulnerable. His body is made of a bouncy jelly-like substance that repels all of Goku's moves, even in Super Saiyan 4. In fact, he's knocked out of that form when Rage Shenron bounces a Kamehameha back at him, saving Pan in the process. The dragon connects himself to the power grid of the city, growing in size and trapping the Saiyans in the blobs, electrocuting them again and again. But sheer luck saves the day this time, as rain clouds gather above and shower the dragon. The Shadow Dragon begins to explode as the electricity within him betrays him, exploding and returning to his normal size. When Pan finds him again, he gives up and allows Pan to take the Dragon Ball, only for him to try and envelop Pan again. Goku responds quickly, firing one last Kamehameha and defeating the Shadow Dragon. The 5-star Dragon Ball, along with the city, have been purified. The third Dragon Ball leads them to a fishing town, where it has begun to rain fish. The citizens are delighted by this, claiming that a legendary sea princess has been gifting them this. A young kid carrying a seagull is disgusted at the fishermen. None of them take it well, and his father throws a flask at him, but Goku defends him. The kid explains that although this has been good for the town, the natural balance of the sea has been completely messed up. Birds are dying because they can't eat, and the men are partying all day and becoming lazy since they don't have to work anymore. All they do is get drunk. When the princess finally appears again, Giro alerts Goku about the Dragon Ball. She must be the next Shadow Dragon. This princess is the 6-star, Oceana Shenron, born from the wish by Oolong to get a pair of panties in order to stop Pilaf from ruling the world. The battle against this Shadow Dragon begins, with her spinning whirlwind attack proving to be troublesome for the heroes. It created a shield of wind around her that makes her impossible to touch. Cut up Goku's gi, so Pan has to give him a change of clothes. In the midst of this, the dragon shows her true form, an ugly monster, but quickly reverts back. Goku mimics her attacks, but he's still blown away, only saved by the seagull smashing into the Dragon Ball on her forehead. Pan saves the kid, and she realizes what her weakness could be, the Hurricane's Eye. As the dragon continues to spin and spin, Pan fires a Kamehameha right in the middle of the whirlwind, forcing Oceana Shenron to turn back into her true form, only for her to be defeated with a Kamehameha from Goku. The 6-star Dragon Ball is purified, with the sea returning back to normal, the kid reconciling with his father. The team continues onwards, with only 4 more Dragon Balls left, towards the 7-star ball. They find the mole-like dragon crawling around the desert, named Natural Shenron. His digging has been causing earthquakes and destroying everything in its path. He is closing in on a city, and they've gotta stop him fast. Goku uses Super Saiyan 4 to stop buildings from collapsing, along with Pan's help, which angers the dragon, who attacks Goku. The Saiyan relents as the dragon reveals that the wish to create him was the one used to revive everyone killed by Vegeta during the tournament. The dragon is quite dumb, so when he begins using his underground blast attack, Goku and Pan just stand on his head and he blasts himself. Pan catches the Dragon Ball but realizes that it's not purified yet. Instead, it glows and absorbs Pan. The dragon reveals that his true power is to overtake beings, like the mole he took over before Pan. Natural Shenron shows off his newly acquired Kamehameha, slowly destroying more of the city. Goku needs to protect the people, but he's just hurting Pan in the process. Pan within the dragon senses Goku's internal struggle, begging her grandfather to just beat up the dragon. Goku's reluctant doesn't, but fires a 10 times Kamehameha. Pan cries out, but the dragon isn't done yet. Goku's brought down with a blast, as the dragon rises up and shows him Pan one last time before his death. But this was Goku's plan all along. As he grabs Pan and pulls her out of the dragon, he begins to shrink down into a regular mole.
Fight back! Fight back!
Being finally defeated with yet another Kamehameha. Goku catches the 7-star ball, and the city is safe for now. The trio follow the Dragon Raider into another desert town, one where the heat seems unbearable. As they walk through the deserted city, the 4-star dragon comes spinning in, quickly knocking out Pan. Goku makes it clear that he will take that Dragon Ball back, as it's one of his grandfather's last mementos to him. This dragon, known as Nova Shenron, was born from the wish King Piccolo made for eternal youth. Goku is eager to fight at first, but Nova's heat is so intense the Saiyan can't get close, even protecting himself from a Kamehameha with mere heat that can reach the temperatures of the sun. While Goku and Nova play this cat and mouse game, a new dragon appears close to Pan and Giru, the 3-star dragon and the twin of Nova. The Daisenshu claims that it was the wish to erase the memory of Majin Buu. Goku manages to defend himself by using a solar flare, but from the flash of light, Nova sheds his outer layer to reveal his golden true form within. Goku responds by showing Nova his Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta becomes aware of the battles as the intense struggle is felt through the planet, but Bulma has a plan to help him out. Vegeta reflects on the position him and Kakarot are at, and their various battles. He even mentions that if Kakarot was the first Super Saiyan 4, then he will be the first Super Saiyan 5.
Super Saiyan 5? Are you serious?
But without a tail, how does he hope to catch up? Bulma shows Vegeta in her lab just what she was planning. Even while taken over by Baby, she was still a genius, as she had found the data she used to create the Blood's Waste machine that turned Baby Vegeta into an Ozaru. With that, they will turn Vegeta into a Super Saiyan 4. Back at the battlegrounds, Goku and Nova clash their blast into a huge explosion. The intense battle takes them through the whole city. Nova is clearly the most adept martial artist of the Shadow Dragons so far. But above that, he shows that he has a heart and honor for battle, something Goku appreciates. Goku tricks Nova into attacking a reflection of him, appearing behind him, ready to end the fight. Nova acknowledges his defeat and tells Goku to finish him off, but the Saiyan refuses. Nova had a chance to kill Pan and didn't take it. Thus, Goku lets Nova continue the fight. They're about to clash again when an ice shot freezes Goku's arm. Ice laughs as he reveals he's hurt Pan, destroyed Giru, and taken the Dragon Balls from her, letting her weakly walk towards Goku and fall to his arms. This dragon is the opposite of Nova, not only in his powers but his personality, as he continues to use dirty tricks and be a complete savage when attacking. He freezes both of Goku's arms, forcing Goku to use his legs, only to end up having them frozen too. Ice gives Nova a chance to kill Goku, now that he's frozen, but Nova refuses until his brother attacks him too. Nova charges his heat blast at Goku, but only as a way to melt his ice. In his anger, Ice Shenron explodes his aura and freezes the whole city. Goku rises to fire a Kamehameha at Ice, but he has Pan. After creepily rubbing his face against hers, Ice throws Pan over at Goku and begins attacking again, freezing him. But this time, Goku shielded himself against the ice, catching the dragon off guard. The coward kneels in fear and offers up his Dragon Ball if he's allowed to live. But he takes his chance to use more dirty tricks and slashes across Goku's eyes, blinding him. Goku doesn't need to rely on his eyes. He can sense the evil within the dragon. Goku punches clean through Ice Shenron, an explosion expelled from the punch as the Dragon Fist surrounds the city and defeats Ice Shenron once and for all. The 3-star ball is purified. Nova gives not only the ball to Goku, but also medicine for the ice, telling him that they'll meet again soon. As Nova's about to leave, a blast destroys the medicine. They turn around to see the final dragon, the 1-star known as Sin Shenron. He was created from the wish by Mr. Popo to revive everyone killed by Frieza. He's about to kill Goku, but Nova protects him, dying in the process. Goku can't believe he'd kill one of his own men like that. Sin is the strongest of the Shadow Dragons, yet Goku tries to do what he can, battling even in a theme park. Sin proves to be too much, knocking Goku out of Super Saiyan 4 and throwing him into a blast, where he's rescued just in time by Gohan, Trunks, Goten, and Oob. Chi-Chi, Videl, and Mr. Satan are there to support him too. They've come to push him into super full power Saiyan 4 again, by giving him all of their energy, but the dragon isn't going to let that happen so easily. stopping the ritual and nearly killing the family. Goku teleports to not only save them, but continue gathering ki. Oob stands in the way to stop the dragon, but even he doesn't stand a chance. Just as it seems Oob is done for, the power of Super Saiyan 4 explodes. Goku is now toying with Omega Shenron, even without eyesight. Goku is number 1. Omega even tries to use inanimate objects, which Goku can't read, not counting how precise his other senses are. Goku's 10 times Kamehameha seems to have ended it all, with all the Shadow Dragons finally being defeated. But as they celebrate, Pan notices the 2-star ball on the ground, and from under it, Sin's arm grabs the ball, appearing to fuse with the other Dragon Balls. Sin has transformed into Omega Shenron, the ultimate Shadow Dragon, possessing all 7 balls on his chest. Omega Shenron is now above Goku, using the moves from every single previous Shadow Dragon: Oceana's Whirlwind, Ice's Freezing Power, even Nova's Heat Casing. Thankfully, Goku's eyesight is slowly regained, finally laying eyes on his last enemy. Goku fires a Kamehameha, faking it in order to follow it with a great Dragon Fist that looks to have killed Omega Shenron, but he regenerates using Rage Shenron's moves. In the blink of an eye, Omega slashes through the heroes, even punching Mr. Satan in the stomach, but of course the champ tanks it like a boss. The city lies in complete ruin, as Goku realizes he has little choice but to try and explode, like he did against Super 17. Of course, Mr. Satan could end this in a flash, but he allows Goku to have the win, and begins surrounding himself with the energy to blow up Omega Shenron. Upon hearing this, Chi-Chi starts running to stop her husband, but the voice of Vegeta rings out in his mind as the prince appears. Goku allows Omega to go free as Vegeta steps up, claiming that the real battle is about to begin. He has a plan, proclaiming himself to be the next Super Saiyan 4 as Bulma arrives with a machine. Vegeta flies up to the sky, with Bulma firing a blast of blood waves at Vegeta, transforming the prince into an Ozaru. The monkey begins firing mouth blasts all over the place, even capturing Goku in his grasp. But Vegeta begins to speak. Did he really think the Ozaru would make him lose control? He's the Saiyan Prince after all. The Great Ape changes into a golden one and quickly shrinks down into Vegeta's final evolution, Super Saiyan 4. Bulma and Chi-Chi argue who looks the most handsome in that state, with Mr. Satan getting in the middle to argue that he is the most handsome, but the champ once again tanks attacks from these foes. Goku is ready to face Omega alongside his rival, but Vegeta reveals that his plan was in fact to fuse all along. A long time ago, Goku and Vegeta merged, and it's time to do it again. Goku is surprised to hear Vegeta say this, since he knows the prince hates that dance, while Omega Shenron isn't going to allow it to happen. He rushes their way. A blast from Bulma's machine gets Omega away from him too, only for the machine to be blown up. Gohan saves Bulma, as the 3 hybrid Saiyans face Omega Shenron to the best of their abilities, but they're flies waiting to be swatted away. Meanwhile, Vegeta asks Goku what he's decided. Goku's really just happy to hear that he wants to do it. The two get in position, with Trunks exploding his aura to keep Omega away.
Sorry, no dragons allowed.
The fingers touch in unison, with Goku and Vegeta combining their strengths into the ultimate warrior, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Omega can't even get close as the aura is so intense that it blasts Omega away. Even just a stare is enough to knock him back. Goten and Trunks try to explain the fusion to Pan, as Oob appears extremely hurt. I guess no one bothered to check in on him. He even asks if they want to fuse so they can fight Omega too, but Gohan tells Oob that they should heal him first. The fight continues, and Omega can't even see attacks coming his way anymore. Omega fires a barrage of finger blasts, but to Gogeta it's nothing but a massage. Gogeta's power is beyond anyone's imagination. The fusion multiplies, surrounding Omega from every angle, so that he'll be disintegrated with this next Kamehameha. But instead, it's just a party popper that rains down on Omega. Gogeta thinks this is too fun. He claims that a single finger is all he needs to defeat him. In response, the Shadow Dragon creates a negative energy sphere from his chest that threatens to continue to spread the dark force through the universe and to destroy Earth. But Gogeta knows what to do, kicking the ball up to the sky and into the atmosphere, cleansing the negative energy. From the Kaioshin realm, the Kais are in disbelief. The negative energy has completely disappeared. Omega is flabbergasted.
That was a negative energy that was covering me.
But Vegeta had enough games, placing his hands in front of him and charging a Big Bang Kamehameha that envelops Omega Shenron. All the other Dragon Balls fly off his body. Even so, Sin remains with one final Dragon Ball. Gogeta's just going to blast Omega again with the same move, but Goku and Vegeta pop out of the fusion. Less than 10 minutes have passed. It turns out the power of the Super Saiyan 4 was too much for the technique to keep them together. Vegeta's angry at Goku. One more move and he would have been done for. Even so, at this point, Sin stands no chance. The dragon knows this, so he calls forth the Dragon Balls once more in order to transform. But before the 4th star can reach the dragon, Goku intercepts it, catching it in mid-air. That was his grandfather's Dragon Ball, and he's not going to let the dragon have it again. After all, Bulma promised him he'd get the Dragon Ball back once this adventure was over, and this adventure was about to come to its conclusion. To everyone's surprise, Goku swallows the Dragon Ball whole to keep it away from Omega. Everyone thinks Goku is insane for that, and he nearly chokes on it. Omega promises to rip the Dragon Ball out as he starts beating on the Saiyan duo. They keep trying to fuse again and again, but every time they're separated. Even their blasts aren't doing anything to Omega now. They've used too much power. By using the after image technique, they confuse Omega and fuse behind him. And it looks like Gogeta returns. Or does he? The fusion has failed as Goku's Super Saiyan 4 ran out, returning back to his child form. Then, the 4-star Dragon Ball appears on his forehead. Omega Shenron fires a blast at Goku, but from his forehead Dragon Ball, Nova Shenron is summoned. He claims that he's there to defeat Goku, while Omega thinks that Nova had been changed by his negative energy and allows him to kill the Saiyan. Nova beats Vegeta to the ground, then Goku, but Vegeta realized that he wasn't actually hurt by the attacks. Goku and Nova take this chance to turn back against Omega and fire a combined blast at the Shadow Dragon. Omega blocks it but gets caught in a hug by Nova, encapsulating himself and Omega in a small sun. Omega is trapped by fiery ropes within the ball of fire, but once Nova reveals that he can withstand the heat, Omega Shenron releases all of the Dragon Balls from his body and sinks them into Nova, transferring himself and withstanding the attack. Vegeta also loses his Super Saiyan 4 state at this point, with Omega Shenron having all 7 Dragon Balls. It seems like all is lost for the heroes. Omega launches a Ki Ball at Vegeta, which Goku pushes him out of the way of. The Saiyan tries his best to push it back, knowing he has to battle for his family and friends this last time, thanking the Dragon Balls for all their help along the way, but that they don't need them this time. Gohan, Goten, Chi-Chi, Pan, Earth is where their most precious moments are at. He won't allow Earth to be destroyed. Omega Shenron pours more negative energy into it, and with such little power left, Goku succumbs to it and is defeated by the Shadow Dragon. The negative energy returns and consumes the planet. Vegeta laments the loss of this new world. Losing 2 planets in one lifetime has to be a record.
俺の故郷惑星ベジータはフリーザに破壊されてしまった。そして今度は地球か。ふざけるな。ふざけるな！
Omega Shenron laughs at Goku's death as the planet rots, threatening all life. Vegeta knows he has to keep fighting for Earth. He tells Trunks to help the families escape out of the planet and train so they can defeat Omega Shenron one day, giving Goten and Gohan the mission of avenging their father. Omega Shenron is surprised to see Vegeta standing up. They have lost. They have nothing to fight for anymore. But while the families fly off, Trunks stops. He bids farewell to his mother and flies back to his father. He has to do what he can, even when there's no hope. Pan notices Trunks leave, but Gohan stops her, handing Mr. Satan to her, while Goten hands Chi-Chi to Oob. He entrusts Oob with the safety of their families. Chi-Chi reminds Goten that they're Goku's sons, so they have the strength to fight on. Bulma thinks they're just fools, as in her heart, she's already grieving for Vegeta and Trunks. The planet is in chaos, as the King of Earth tries to get a message out only for the castle to explode. Vegeta is doing what he can, but Omega Shenron is completely out of his league. Vegeta can only reach Super Saiyan 1 now. He's blasted in the face, but saved by Trunks. Together, all the Saiyans transform into Super Saiyans, standing together as a last bastion of hope for humanity. But Omega simply slaps them all away. He pierces through Vegeta's arm, throwing him to the side. All Vegeta can do now is ask Kakarot from beyond the grave to grant him a little bit of his energy, but Omega punches him towards the hole created by the negative energy sphere. With the last bit of his strength, Vegeta turns his head, widening his eyes. Omega continues to laugh at Vegeta, but the Saiyan Prince declares that the Shadow Dragon has lost. From the crater behind him, the largest spirit bomb rises, the Genki Dama shining through. Omega Shenron looks on in shock. Goku is alive, but how?
まだまだ死ねねえな。おめえをやっつけるまではな。
Genki is gathered from all plants, animals, humans, whatever little life is left on Earth. The spirit bomb purifies the planet once more as the hope of all Earthlings. Goku calls out to King Kai, asking him to communicate with the entire universe. He needs energy from every living being to do this. With the help of the other Cardinal Kais, King Kai spreads Goku's plea around the universe. Friends from all over share their energy. Murray and the Namekians, the Parapara brothers and their dance class, the people from planet Imeka, Don Ki and his underlings, the giants Zunama, Lina, Doma, the patients of planet Pital. All their energy flies across galaxies to reach Goku on this little blue planet. Videl and the others dodge out of the way of the Genki as Pan senses it and realizes that it's coming from Imegas, Galvo Village, and the Lot Cult, every planet they've been to. Finally, she turns to watch the spirit bomb gather over the city. Goku thanks King Kai and the people of the universe. Our energy will help Goku defeat this final foe. Omega can't believe it. Who is this being in front of him? Pan and the others return to watch the end of the battle, with Pan saying that Goku looks like a god. With that, Goku launches the Universal Spirit Bomb, consuming Omega Shenron in an instant, as the Dragon Balls are purified and the Spirit Bomb explodes in the atmosphere. Earth is safe once more. The heroes search around for Goku once the dust settles, finding him on the ground surrounded by the Dragon Balls. Full of purified power, Shenron is summoned without anyone calling out to him. The sky remains a blue color and the dragon's eyes glow red while looking at Goku. He commands Goku to rise. He's happy to see Shenron back. Shenron asks Goku if he understands what happened. Clearly, the Earth had relied too much on the Dragon Balls, so Shenron has decided to deactivate the Dragon Balls forever. Goku understands, but he has one final wish. The Earth has been in disarray, with many people dead. As a favor to Goku, all the people who have died on Earth will return to life. They will have to work hard in order to rebuild, but they will do it together. Giru arrives to hug Pan, having also been brought back by the wish. We don't see it, but the data books also explain that the original Android 17 was brought back to life. With the final wish granted, Shenron tells Goku that it's time to go. The Saiyan says that he will return, but when Vegeta asks what he's going to do, he realizes something is wrong. Is Goku going to? Goku just says goodbye as Shenron departs. Bulma thinks back on how this journey all began with one little monkey-tailed boy and a young blue-haired girl. Shenron flies across the sky, with Yamcha looking up to see it. Tien and Chaozu watch it fly by overhead. Goku asks Shenron if they can stop by a few places before he leaves. He lands at Kame House, where Krillin, Roshi, and Turtle are hanging out after Krillin was revived. They're surprised to see Goku still small. Krillin's old age has gotten the better of him, but he still recalls the old days when they had to find a small rock with the Kame symbol. Roshi and Goku haven't changed at all, but Krillin is now old. Even so, the two have a sparring match, in which Krillin strikes Goku in the face. At the end of the day, Krillin hasn't really changed either. Master Roshi watches his two best students, but realizes that Goku is leaving. The boy disappears, as his footprints are washed away by the tides, while Roshi asks him to thank Shenron for everything. Goku stops one last time, in Hell. There, Piccolo has become a guardian who keeps the various villains in check. That's when he spots Goku. He's surprised that he's back in Hell after all the trouble he caused. Goku just extends out his hand. Piccolo's confused, but he shakes it, electricity signifying their bond. He apologizes to Piccolo for causing him so much trouble over the years, as he disappears again. Back in the destroyed city, Chi-Chi yells out towards Shenron for Goku to return before dinner, but Goten is sure that he'll come back, excited for a nice meal. The Z-Fighters leave for their homes, happy to be at peace, but Trunks catches a glimpse of Pan, who is melancholic about the Dragon Balls being gone. Trunks reassures Pan that humanity has to prove itself in order for Shenron to return one day. But before she departs, she comes across the gi left behind by Goku. But he was wearing it, wasn't he? Vegeta just tells her to take care of it and to hold it dear. Vegeta leaves, as it seems Pan understands. Shenron rises above the clouds, with Goku laying on its back, tired, peaceful. Slowly, the Dragon Balls disappear into Goku with a final Dragon Ball, the 4-star ball, caressing his cheek as Goku and Shenron disappear. Many generations after the defeat of Omega Shenron, we watch as the new World Tournament stage opens. The Junior Division is about to begin. The tournament announcer exclaims that this time one of the contestants is the how many greats is that? Doesn't matter. The great-grandson of Son Goku and Mr. Satan, both previous tournament winners from generations ago. In the stands, we see an elderly Pan watching proudly, sitting with her grandson's school friends. We see that her grandson, Goku Jr., is hyping himself up for the match. Suddenly, a voice calls his gi old and gross. His opponent is Vegeta's great-great-grandson. Goku Jr. defends himself, saying that this was his ancestor's gi. Pan is surprised as the boy's mother sits by her, the current president of Capsule Corp. Pan is sure that Goku Jr. can win. The match is explosive, flying up to the sky as they clash fists, reminiscent to Goku and Vegeta's battles, as well as Goten and Trunks'. Surprising everyone, Vegeta Jr. transforms into a Super Saiyan, though he only knows it as a power-up that makes him go blonde. Goku Jr. transforms in response, knowing this will be a great match. But as she watches the battle, Pan gets a glimpse of something: her grandfather, Goku. She makes her way over to him, but he has disappeared. Even so, Pan knows that he came to watch this final match. Goku walks through the tournament grounds. His mystical adventure has come to an end, but the spirit of adventure will continue to live on, not only in Goku Jr. and Pan, but us. That's the Goku we all love. Thank you for this adventure. Don't take long in returning. Until we meet again.
Hey everyone, I'm SmugStick. Thank you for watching my recap of Dragon Ball GT. I know it's not the most popular Dragon Ball series out there, but it has a certain aesthetic and it holds a special place in my heart. So I hope you enjoyed and I hope you check out the actual series. Thank you to the channel supporters as always. I have plenty of more Dragon Ball videos such as this one, where I talk about my theory of future Gohan going Super Saiyan for the first time. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.